So we are at our Stonebrook residence project, and as you can see, 95% of the basement walls are done. So we have a foundation that is really taking shape at this point in time. Everybody's gone home, it's a beautiful sunny day, and here we are in this giant castle-like basement. You can see we have these concrete columns everywhere, all the way around. Most of the foundation is poured at this point in time. And you can just see like these enormous footings that are placed all around us. We have our rough-in done for our plumbing system in the back, at least the basement floor plumbing system. This stuff's all gonna get encased. And we're going to pretty much be ready for backfill very shortly. I think the guys have a couple more details to do in the very back of the house, but once that's done, the crushed gravel is gonna go into place and we're ready to rock here. So let's go check out some interesting details on this. So we spoke earlier about how there was a water issue on this project, and you can see something else that isn't standard about this home versus a typical home build is that giant pit right there. All of the weeping tiles from all around the house all drain into this massive 3-foot by 7-foot cylinder sitting behind me. A typical unit is a little 24-inch by 24-inch round cylinder. This thing is enormous in it so that it can handle the potential inflows that could be caused during wet season. So I am currently standing in what is going to be the mechanical room. So over here, we're gonna have all our heated floor system components. Those are all gonna be mounted onto that wall. We have all of our rough-ins for all the venting that's gonna have to happen. Nobody wants to core through 15-inch or 18-inch concrete rebar reinforced walls. So we have all these cones in the wall that are gonna make that really easy for later on. We're gonna have our furnace here. We're going to have all this equipment that's going to have condensation and it has to be drained somewhere. So at this point in the project, we're already forward looking what's gonna make sense. So the homeowners have a wall that's going to pass through under the sun deck and under the hot tub. All the mechanical for all of that stuff is going to be in that room. And so we have this giant tub and another tub over there that are going to be covered and kind of in the way of the door, but they're going to be flush with the floor. And what we've actually done is this is a floor drain, and we're going to have the furnace over here, so that's going to drain into the main floor drain. But then we also prepped another one over here on the outside wall so that the boiler unit for all the heating for the water system and the heated floor system can drain into this, and they're going to have an unobstructed walkway through to the mechanical room in the back. The other thing we have is that ejector pit that we spoke about on our first walkthrough, and that's all the way down here. So if you see that red line on the wall there, that's actually the basement floor height, and our pit is all the way down there. So the guys are gonna have to box out, essentially pour a mini floor down there, and then they're gonna box it out and create a little concrete shaft that this thing is gonna sit in, and we'll have to make a custom metal plate to sit on top of that will provide access down the road. But that guy's gonna be a little difficult to get through in the future, but that's cool. That's down there. We're gonna have the furnace here, all the boiler equipment for the heated floor and hot water, that's all going to be over there. And this is going to be a small but very useful and packed in mechanical room. Actually, we even have the electrical panel going over here too, so this is going to be a pretty intense room with lots of stuff all over the place. Going to be fun seeing who gets to go first in this room. It'll be mechanical. Coming over here, you can really see just how thick these walls were and why using standard forming wouldn't work for this particular project. Like I said before, the framing, materials, and all the labor that goes into forming, creating custom forms for a home, and then really having no purpose for them afterwards, it just really makes it cost inefficient, right? It's just inefficient altogether, period. So you can see just how thick the wall sections are. Like this is a column attached to the foundation wall, but the foundation wall itself is almost as wide as my forearm with my hand. So just totally not standard, where a normal wall would be back here, right? So this isn't standard forming that you're going to find anywhere and be able to get the cost effectiveness or cost savings associated with using forms that somebody already owns. Nobody owns these. So this is why using the shotcrete was more cost effective in this particular instance. So after all these final little details are taken care of and the stone comes in and everything gets leveled out, compacted down nicely, then the heated floor system guys are gonna come in. So we have Radiant Soul on this project. They're going to come in and put an insulation all the way, like a rigid foam insulation down across the entire area. And then they're gonna lay their pipes on top of that. And then the floor is gonna be able to be poured on top of that. So once we have all that completed, then the guys will be able to start working on the main floor, and they're gonna start building up from there. So bit by bit, this project is crawling along, but once they get this foundation done, then they can put the cap on it and really start flying, moving upward. So another thing that makes this house kind of cool compared to a normal typical home build is we actually have multi-tiered floors. So we have a 10-foot ceiling for the majority of the basement, and then it actually drops down for these two areas back here. So you're actually gonna walk through down there, down some steps, and then enter these two areas that are gonna have glass overlooking them, really sharp detail. Okay, so that just about sums it up. There's not too much to really talk about on a project that's at this stage. But you know, so much work goes into getting it to this point, and the guys have done a phenomenal job to this point. So really cool to see it come together bit by bit, and we're going to continue to take you along with it. So hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow Pewter Build everywhere. Thanks for watching.